I'm here in Medjugorje and what's your name?
My name is Geraldine O'Sullivan.
Where are you from?
I am originally from Dublin but living in Kerry for the last 36 years in Ireland.
And finally you came the first time to Medjugorje now, no?
My first time to Medjugorje, so I'm a novice.
Oh, you're a novice?
Yes.
Oh, very good. And you have the laughter of Medjugorje already. You have it already.
Yeah.
You prayed the rosary in Ireland before?
I do pray the rosary. Usually when I'm in my car, I love to pray the rosary. If I'm going on a long journey, I love just switching off, no radio, just pray the rosary. When I pray the rosary at night, when I go to bed, I fall asleep.
Me too. Today?
Yeah.
Before I came here?
I get to about the third decade and I'm gone.
Yep. So you don't have to take any sleeping pills, pray the rosary?
No, I never do, and I don't have to put an alarm on either. I just,
And as our leaders say, if you pray the first beats with the heart, that's already enough.
Yeah, and I have my Bible beside my bed, and when I have my troubles or if I want questions answered, I just open up my Bible and it always gives me an answer.
Unbelievable. This
Yeah,
is so beautiful.
yeah, always does. Yeah.
And you said you have like the story, your husband died?
Yeah, in 2005 my husband was diagnosed with cancer and he was told, he was a very fit man and he was told he'd get 5-6 years, who knows, with treatment, but he didn't. He got 10 months and he died. But when he was dying, my friend had come to Medjugorje, which she always did, and she'd always said to me about coming, and I'd never had any interest, to be honest with you. I'd never had any drawing for it, but always for Fatima. And I got to go to Fatima when I was 60, which was 3 years ago with my 5 sisters, and it was wonderful and I loved it. So Caroline, my friend, had been asking me for the last few years to come to Medjugorje because Caroline was always singing the praises, coming back, and she was always, happy and really, but I was still not interested. And then we went to Oberamagon last year to see the Passion of Christ in Bavaria, and she asked me, and I said, you know what, I will. I'll come to Medjugorje with you in May. So here I am.
Here you are.
Here I am. But the story of my husband was when my friend came to Medjugorje in 2005, it was the first time they were allowed to take a stone from the mountain. So she brought one back for Patrick and she placed it in his hand in the hospital. And Patrick had that stone in his hand when he died. And I'm okay. It's just, it was wonderful because when he died, when he was dying, his mum was there and they were all heartbroken, which you would be. She was really wailing and crying, and they were telling her her own family were telling her to be quiet and shut up. And I said, no, I said, if you want to scream and shout, you do that. But I said to Patrick, because he had such a strong heart because he was such a fit man, and I said to him, look, Patrick, go. I said, our Lord is waiting for you. And I said, and our lady's with you now, and she's going to wrap her cloak around you, and she's going to bring you straight up to God. And I believed that, and I got grace from that. And then I opened my Bible that night, and it said, you must mourn for 2 weeks and no more. And that's what I did. And I felt, that, Patrick was, and that thing came to me about, in my house there are many homes, our Lord said that. And I believe that Patrick went first because he was the strong one of all of us, of all his family. He was the strong one. And I thought, well, somebody has to go and make a home in heaven for the rest of us. And he did that. That's how I felt. But getting back to the stone, when we opened his hand after he died, there was the sign of the cross was on the stone. And everybody saw the sign of the cross. It was white. The stone was the orangey clay colour. And that cross stayed on that stone for 2 weeks.
Wow.
2 weeks. So the 2 weeks of grieving, it stayed on, and all my family saw it, so it was wonderful. But the morning, the night that the day he died, that night, we all sat up in the house, myself, my son and my 3 daughters. And the dogs had got out. My husband used to always mind the dogs. They were in the garden because they never came into the house. And myself and Sinead went out, my daughter, to see what was happening with the dogs. So we brought them back in, and then we were transfixed because we looked up at the sky and there was it was like a ball of fire. It was just spinning round, spinning round, spinning round. And it was just, the rays were coming in and coming out and coming in and coming out. It was just, we were so transfixed. We wanted to tell the others to come out and see it, but we didn't want to leave it either. So it was just wonderful. And I always feel that wherever I go, that really nice things happen to keep my faith. To, you know, I like to go to Mass. And I like to go to Mass on a Sunday, and I do try and go during the week as well when I get chance. You know, sometimes I am lazy, and but I do regret when I don't go. So yeah, I wouldn't have strong faith. I'd like to have strong faith, but I wouldn't.
Maybe that's why Our Lady brought you here, no?
Yeah, maybe.
Some angels next to you here,
yeah,
all of them. There they are.
Yeah. I do believe in angels.
Yeah.
I do believe in that. And my mother was a great believer in Saint Michael the Archangel, and if we had any troubles or anything, she'd always say, "I'll talk to Michael. Michael will sort it out. I'll talk to Michael," you know. So and I'm very close to my mum, and my mum has passed, and I believe she's with me. I always believe my mum is with me, and when things are not right, I talk to her. Do you know? Yeah. So
that's with Our Lady. It's the same thing, no?
Oh yeah. I do talk to Our Lady, and I talk to our Lord, you know, and I do sometimes say, "Take this cross off my back. It's too heavy. I can't carry it." You know.
And you feel responses when you have your prayers?
Oh, I do. Yeah, I do. I do believe that when you're raw, when you strip yourself down of all the, as Margaret said, the materialistic stuff, and that none of that means anything to me anymore. If somebody said to me, "Oh, Jordan, I want that watch, I want that," I say, "Take it." You know, do you want something else with it? You know, I'm just not into any of that anymore. You know, I just feel that sometimes it humbles you when you get a tragedy.
Yes.
I think
you get closer to God as well.
Yeah, I think so. I think you do.
A lot of people tell me, through suffering, I came.
Yes,
closer.
I think so. Through suffering, you do come closer
because you cry out.
Yeah, and also because you feel, what is life all about? What is it about? Why are we here? You know, you start questioning things and that, and you just want the best for your family, as you know anybody does. Yeah, but sometimes you think, you know, you've created that kind of mess, or you've created that materialistic stuff because you gave and gave and gave.
You fed the dragon or feed the dragon.
Yeah.
But you understood it as well. It doesn't make happy.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. As I said, when my husband died, you know, people used to say I lived in a nice house in a nice area, and I used to say, "You can have it." You know, the house meant nothing to me. Nothing at all.
The relationship you have.
Yeah, and you know.
And what would you tell people here? They look for their partner. How did you find your husband?
We were both on. We both got picked for the British judo team. Yes, in England. Yeah, and I remember we had to go for a selection. And I remember looking at the list and seeing my name, and I was delighted that I got picked, you know, to represent Great Britain in judo. And then I looked down the male list and I thought, oh, I saw another Irish name, you know, Patrick O'Sullivan. I was Geraldine O'Reilly. And I thought, well, that's another, you know, I wonder who he is. And being, you know, I kind of had that connection, always had that connection. I was living in London, you know, so, and then I went outside. I had to get my bus back to Wimbledon, where I lived, and I hadn't a clue where to go. And this was in North London, and I saw these two fellas, which one happened to be Patrick. And I asked them, and they helped me. And then he said to me, "Did you get picked for the team?" I said, "I did." He said, "Oh, I'll see you in Cornwall." I said, "Oh, right, yeah." So I got on the bus, the coach, to go to Cornwall for the weekend for training, because you'd go all over England for training. Happened to be Cornwall. And he came on the bus and he sat next to me, and I said, the rest was history. He stuck to me for the weekend, and so that's how.
You knew it at that time already?
We both knew it. We both knew it. Yeah.
What would you tell people? How do you know?
How do you know? Because you're comfortable with the person, and you can tell them anything, and
yes, that's it.
Yeah. I thought he would be the guy that I could bring back to my family, you know, and that was important, because my father was very unpredictable, and you'd be afraid to bring anybody home because you wouldn't know what he'd what he'd do or say,
Yeah.
you know, because he was a very witty man, my father. But Patrick was very witty, and I loved his wit. He was very wit. Yeah, and
He was like a good friend.
oh, very good. Yeah, we got
We
got
laughed
on.
a lot together.
Yeah,
no?
we did. Yeah, we did. Yeah, and he was a really good father. Really good. Yeah, yeah. And he would, you know, he would do anything. Do you know?
We saw it in your tears when you
Huh?
talked about the funeral. I mean, this is
Yeah,
incredible.
yeah. So yeah, that was me and Patrick.
That was you and Patrick.
Yeah.
The story started in
Japan.
Oh, we went to Japan, and
okay.
my husband represented Ireland in the World Masters, and he was ill. We didn't know that he had cancer then, so, and he beat President Putin out of the bronze medal.
Wow.
And the guy that beat my husband, he was Japanese. He went on to win the gold. So my husband just lost out on
The gold winner.
on the silver or gold, yeah. But he was ill and we didn't know. He was
What a
weak.
man. What
Yeah,
a
he
man.
was, yeah. I'd say he knew, but he didn't tell us. And even the doctor said that he must have had a very high pain threshold because he was partly, you know, it's gone right through him, the cancer, you know. But he never complained,
Did he tell you anything before he left?
Before he left.
Yeah, man.
Didn't tell me, no, he didn't tell me. He told my friend Eileen, who's now in Australia, he told her to look after me because I was very vulnerable.
Yes, I mean, you were not.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And your faith helped you through the.
Oh, definitely my faith. Yeah, I really did believe, and I felt Our Lady was there, and I felt she literally wrapped her clock, because when I said it, I thought, where did that come from? And I just felt that she did take him up there, and when we saw the sky the following morning, I thought, yeah, that's Patrick letting us know. And there's little things, you know, he lets us know. Do you know?
They
Yeah.
do let us know if you ask, no?
He used to always say, oh, don't worry about it, Geraldine, that'll get sorted. You know, if we had money problems or if something.
of life.
Yeah, problems of life, he'd say, don't worry about it, I'll sort it. He was a great protector. He was really good.
That's a good thing, no one.
Yeah, and I used to say to him, Patrick, if you go before me, I'm going to put that on the headstone. Here lies Patrick O'Sullivan, don't worry about it. No, I didn't do it. I wrote a poem instead about his judo. Because his parents, out of respect for his parents, I thought, you know, they might think it's a little bit
It's in your heart,
cheeky.
and it's on the stone.
And I will put it on there now because they're gone, you know, and, you know, he was funny and I was funny. We had great wit together.
Wonderful.
But
Yeah.
it's just, yeah.
So the secret of the relationship was you could laugh together, same humor,
Oh,
and friendship.
definitely, yeah, and could tell each other everything and did tell each other, and he would sort everything out. But it was a few weeks after he died, on my phone came up, don't worry about it. No, it's not that phone, but it was a different phone. It came up and I thought, where did that come from? Don't worry about it.
That's how it goes.
And that was, you know, so you get little messages all the time from beyond, from different members of your family and all that kind of thing, you know?
So beautiful. And that's what Our Lady says in the Rosary, no? In the hour of our death.
Yeah.
Be with us, you know. She's
Yeah.
with us in the hour of our death.
Yeah. And I believe that she was in the hour of Patrick's death. She was there.
There she was there.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
a testimony about
Oh,
that
I
one.
definitely, yeah. I've always believed in Our Lady, and you know, all the
Oh,
angels
what
and
would
saints.
you tell at the end? Why should they come to Medjugorje?
Well, this is like Shani was saying, that this is my first day here.
So far,
but-
first impression.
Yeah, first impression
novice.
is from the novice. Since I've been coming, like say when I was on the plane and flying into Dubrovnik.
Dubrovnik?
Yeah, Dubrovnik. You know, happy tears have been coming to me. You know, happy tears. You know, not bursting out crying, but just happy tears. And no matter where I'm going, I can feel these tears. You know, and I just feel that it's just tranquil. It's very tranquil here, even though there's lots of people. But it's, as the girl said, it's the peace, you know. And
So drawn to
and everywhere you go,
stay here.
something happens. Something happens, you know. Like we had the lovely priest today, you know.
Now we've met
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Do you know we're meeting different people.
God incident.
We
Father Aldo, Archbishop Aldo.
Bishop Aldo, no, it's beautiful, no? Lovely man.
Yeah.
And also Father Leon,
Oh, lovely place.
what people there are. You know.
Oh, what an impression he leaves. Like, it just what he says seems to sink so deep and stays. You know, and every now and again it kind of resurrects and you kind of pull yourself into line again. And you think Father Leon says, and what Father Leon says goes. You know, not in a authoritarian
Yeah, it's
way,
meaningful.
but a belief in him, because he's a very special man.
Yeah, this is special. I tell you.
Caroline and I, we both bought Father Leon a little gift from Ireland. So we must look him up now. And he never told us he was the Archbishop.
No.
He told us he was Father Aldo.
Aldo, yeah.
And then somebody said, oh, then he said, well, I'm the Bishop. And then he gave us his card some later. And then when we read his card, we realised he was the Archbishop. He was so humble and so beautiful, and so there was just again this draw, this love, and
Can be drawn to some of them, you know,
it
very
was just oozing out of him. He was calm.
you know, I don't know what it is, but you're drawn. You know,
He was calm. He was
that
inviting.
that priest there, what's his name? We were talking to that.
Father Martin.
He's a lovely man.
Yes.
Sure, we had a great crack with him last night. Talking.
Oh, that was
We had a great
Father
crack with him.
Larry.
I thought he
Father
was the priest.
Teddy.
Father Teddy.
Father Teddy breathed.
He's
For the crack.
he's the pastoral, isn't he?
He's our
From the hospital in Tralee. Yeah.
The time I
Father
went
Teddy.
into the hospital with my son, he wasn't there at all. That time, like, you know, some other one that was, I think they were a relation of Mary Healy's, don't you know, and Jimmy's wife, Margaret.
Oh, Father
Quilter.
O'Leary.
He was
Father
anywhere
O'Leary.
related to Mary
was.
Healy's family.
Yes.
I forget his name.
Your first cousin.
Yeah, we told him.
Wow. So at the end, what would you say, people? Why come here?
Well, why not?
Why not? Nothing to lose, no? Nothing to lose, only to gain here.
Come and see for yourself and get your own graces. I think everybody gets their own graces. Do you know?
Thank you.
Everybody will get some. Everybody will get something.
Oh, yeah,
Something,
everyone
you
gets
know.
something.
We're
You're
all
kind of drawn
searching.
to that, yeah.
We're all on a journey, and this is a wonderful
Just what
journey.
Rosary Prayer helps you on the journey?
Oh, definitely, yeah, definitely, yeah.
And I've never
Keep your
heard,
faith.
never ever heard anybody that has come home back to Ireland that has been
Negative,
here
yeah.
and said, "Oh, for God's sake, don't go near that place."
It's all
Never.
positive.
Never.
Speak
Everybody-
loud, because I think they can't
I
hear.
beg your pardon.
So,
Nobody has ever come back. I have never met anybody that has been and come back, been to Medjugorje and come home and said, "Oh, don't bother going to that place. That doesn't really match up at all." Everybody comes back totally in awe and encouraging and positive and just oozing with love and grace, really.
Well, it's a testimony it's a testimony when so many people have come and then they've come back and come back and come back.
there must
You
be
know,
something.
there must be something wonderful.
Either
because
it's a collective delusion or it's the truth. And I
Or
think
else
it's-
we're all Egypts or something. And
And
we're
if
all-
women come, women are not delusive. They
Oh, no.
sense what is truth.
Manana Erin, women of Ireland.
Especially women of Ireland here.
Hey.
Thank you for this interview.
Hey.
You are great, beautiful women. Thank you so much.
Thank
for
you.
having us.
Thank you. Yeah.